ओम अज्ञानातिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनश्लोके चक्षुन्तमं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3. One second. So basically, Canto 3, Chapter 12, text number 10. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I am going to start with this 3, 12, 10. Idaro dihi surashreshta sodvega iva balaka tatastvam abhidashyanti namna rudra iti praja. Synonyms: yet, as much as, Arodhihi cried loudly, Surashrestha, O chief of demigods, Saudvega, with great anxiety, Iva, like, Balaka, a boy, Tataha, therefore, Tvam, you, Abhidashyanti, will call, Namna, by the name, Rudra, iti, thus, Prajaha, people. Translation. Thereafter, Brahma said, O chief of the demigods, you shall be called by the name Rudra by all people, because you have so anxiously cried. One more. It is 3, 12, 11. Rudindrayani asurvyoma vayur agnir jalam mahi suryaschandrastapaschaiva Stanyanyagre kritani te hridrindrani asur vyoma vayur agnir jalam mahi suryas-chandrastapaschaiva stanyanyagre kritani te. Synonyms: Hrid, the heart; indriyani, the senses; Asuhu, life air; Vyoma, the sky; Vayu, the air; Agnihi, fire; Jalam, water; Mahi, the earth; Surya, the sun; Chandra, the moon; Tapaha, austerity; Cha, as well as; Eva, certainly; Stanayani, all these places; Agre, herein before; Kirtani, already made; Te, for you. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. My dear boy, I have already selected the following places for your residence: the heart, the senses, the air of life, the sky, the air, the fire, the water, the earth, the sun, the moon, and austerity. Purport: the creation of Rudra from between the eyebrows of Brahma as a result of his anger generated from the mode of passion, partly touched by the ignorance, is very significant. In Bhagavad Gita 3.37, the principle of Rudra is described. Krodha, anger, is a product of kama, lust, which is the result of mode of passion. When the lust and hankering are unsatisfied, the element of Krodha appears, which is formidable enemy of the conditioned soul. This most sinful and inimical passion is represented as ahankara, or the false egoistic attitude of thinking oneself to be all in all. Such an egocentric attitude on the part of a conditioned soul who is completely under the control of material nature is described in Bhagavad Gita as foolish. The egocentric attitude is a manifestation of a Rudra principle in the heart, wherein Krodha, anger, is generated. This anger develops in the heart and is further manifested through various senses, like the eyes, the hands, and legs. When a man is angry, he expresses such anger with great red hot eyes and sometimes make a display of clenching his fists or kicking his legs. This exhibition of the Rudra principle is a proof of Rudra's presence in such places. When a man is angry, he breathes very rapidly, and thus Rudra is represented in the air of life or in the activities of breathing. When the sky is overcast with dense clouds and roars in anger, and when wind blows very fiercely, the Rudra principle is manifested. And so also when the sea water is infuriated by the wind, it appears a gloomy feature of Rudra, which is very fearful to the common man. When fire is ablaze, we can also experience the presence of Rudra. And when there is an inundation over the earth, we can understand that this is also the present representation of Rudra. There are many earthly creatures who constantly represent the Rudra element. The snake, the tiger, and lion are always representations of Rudra. Sometimes, because of the extreme heat of the sun, there are cases of heat stroke. And due to the extreme coldness created by the moon, there are cases of collapse. There are many sages empowered with the influence of austerity and many yogis, philosophers, and renouncers who sometimes exhibit their acquired power under the influence of the Rudra principles of anger and passion. The great yogi Durvasa, under the influence of this Rudra principle, picked a quarrel with Maharaja Ambarish, and a Brahmana boy exhibited the Rudra principle by cursing the great king Parikshit. When Rudra principle is exhibited by the persons who are not engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the angry person falls down from the peak of his improved position. This is confirmed as follows. Yenye ravindaksha vimuktamaниnas tvayiyasta bhavat avishuddha buddhaya arhuhya krichrena parampadam tata patantaddo nadrita yushmad angraya Bhagavatam 10.2.32. The most lamentable fall down of the impersonalist is due to his false and unreasonable claim of being one with the Supreme, the being one with the Supreme. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gata Mahyam Tadate Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Saparijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Saha Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim. Yatkripatamahamam Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandamadavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Ananandamayam Devam Nirmalam Spikakritim Dharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayakrivam Pasmai. Thank you for this opportunity to read and discuss this verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. And we know what is the context here. And yesterday Haridwani Prabhu described so very nicely the context of how Brahma is started his creation. Kumaras, he created 4 Kumaras for the progeny. Since they said, we are not interested, Brahma got anger. And from this anger, from the eyebrows, a small boy was born and he was crying anxiously. And was asking, what do I need to do? Then Brahma said, I know your place. I know this is Rudra is your name, and there are places where you can stay. So first of all, I was thinking why there is a mode of passion, ignorance. How is it going to help? Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. So now we know these modes. By default, we would have heard many times in ISKCON coming to hear the lectures. Mode of passion, mode of goodness is Lord Vishnu. It's taken care by mode of and then mode of passion is who is the predominant deity? Is Lord Shiva, right? The ignorance part of it. Brahma, the creator, the maintainer, and the destroyer. Brahma, he creates, and then Lord Vishnu maintains, and Lord Shiva, all the dissolution happens because of him. Mode of passion, mode of ignorance, mode of goodness. And mode of passion coated with the mode of ignorance is the material world, where there is a team working here, which is Durga Devi and Lord Shiva. Why do we need this? Is because that is what we wanted. That's why we are in this material world. We are not from this place. We came from a different nice place. And our intention of coming here to enjoy independent of the Lord. And the last line of this particular 11, the purport of the 11 says that most lamentable fall down of the impersonalist is due to his false and unreasonable claim of being one with the Supreme. So impersonalists think about that I'm also God. But in general, if not impersonalists, the tendency of everyone in this material world is to, what is the intention? To lord over the material nature. If somebody does something wrong, what is his intention? His intention is to lord over the material nature, lord over somebody. In that way, he want to be a controller. He want to be an enjoyer. So that is the main reason we are all in this material world. And Brahma, in this previous verses, if I look at it, he was really, he was not happy. Why am I creating all this? He's actually in the process of creation, and is creating many things which is not required, because he's not happy. What am I creating this? People who are sinful, for them, where is the place to stay? What do they do? all the stuff, if you really look at the previous verses, it's really mind-boggling. In fact, Lord Brahma, he doesn't want to do all this. And finally he takes shelter of Krishna. Please help me out. I don't know why I'm doing all this. Right? He's not doing because he wants to do like that. No, this is he was doing because living in it is opted for it. And so for them to facilitate, he has to create all this. In that way, why Rudra was created? Maybe we'll say that, oh, the reason he's telling Kumaras did not agree for what his father said, and so that's why Brahma got angered. That's another way of creation, right? It's there should be a reason why this happened. Okay, that's what it has happened. Oh, why did this happen? Because he was angry. He was angry, basically. But for everything, there is a reason. Why he got angered? Because Rudra was supposed to be appearing here. And Lord Prabhupada explains so nicely in this purport that why the Rudra principle is acting in this world to facilitate someone to be a controller, someone to enjoy controller, not only controller. If you see the main verse, the connected verse to understand Prakrute Kriyamanani Gunai Karmade Sarvashaha Ahankara Vimudatma Kartarum Iti Manyate. That is me. It is me who wants to be. That is the main intent for everybody is in their heart. And now Brahma is telling, where is Rudra's place? So situation is, if I look at the, I was relating to the opulences of absolute, which is 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, I am out of all the fish, I am the shark. Out of all the mountains, I am Himalayas. Out of all, etc., etc. So many things Krishna says that I am this, I am this, I am this. Now, he doesn't say anywhere as an opulence in this 10th chapter, out of all this, I am anger. He doesn't say that. So for anger, because of, the Lord Shiva, that is the Rudra's principle. So Krishna has given that to Rudra. He did not take that, portfolio. He doesn't like that. So he has given it to Rudra. Of course, he likes it in such, what does that mean? When he gets anger, he becomes Hiranyakashipu. He's not that taking some part of, it's not some other, what do you call it? He has a different manifestation altogether as a nursing there when he gets anger. But the Rudra principle, it's all for us. That is why he says, the heart, the senses, the air of life, the sky, the air, the fire, water, earth, sun. Why is he telling all those? When in 3.37, the Rudra principle is described, Prabhupada said that, what is this Rudra principle? Kama esha, krodha esha, rajo guna samudbhava, mahashano mahapapma, vidyenam iha vairinam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the mode of passion, and later transformed into wrath, and which is all devouring sinful enemy of this world. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, because of this mode of passion, one is having this lust. In order to fulfill the lust, a living entity tries many ways to fulfill the lust. But sometimes he tries, it might be successful. Finally, he feels unsuccessful and he turns into wrath, which is very anger mode. And because of that anger, he can do anything. In the purport of 11, the one which I just read now, Prabhupada says that somebody gets anger in their heart. What will happen when one gets anger? He is like holding his fist, or moving his legs to bombard on someone. I remember when children are so, I used to so anger with my, of course I was in total ignorance, and I used to beat my children. Hey, don't do this, don't do that. Of course in India, here normally they don't, but beating children was very common in India. That means the parents how they take care of children, right? They beat. So just a little, if children do something, immediately the anger in the heart has to show in the form of our hands, or like somebody kicks, or somebody takes the fist and hit. See how the anger can manifest in various ways. And Krishna says, oh, this is the Rudra principle. Because of Rudra in the heart, the senses will act. And the sense not just acting, there is an air of life that very people are, when they're anger, they start breathing very deep breathing happens for them. And it also says what all the other things in the sky, when the clouds, the thunder, the long dark clouds come in, there is a lot of thunder we hear, lightning we hear. It's all because of that Rudra principle. The fire, even the water, there's like calamities of flood, tsunami, they're all in the Rudra principle. The sun, scorching heat in the summer, it's a Rudra principle. The moon, which creates the cold, it's good, actually cooler, but not very cool. It becomes very freezing. That's also Rudra principle. And people, now devotees who are, and the people who are envious of Krishna, say suppose Hiranyakashipu, or like all our hearts don't think that we are, we are so in the mode of goodness. Hiranyakashipu is sitting is everybody's heart today, right? So if somebody takes a step to take an austerity, not to do Krishna service, but other than Krishna service for their sense gratification, even that austerity becomes, what will happen when they do austerity? The heart becomes very hard, very, very hard. And that is why then it turns into Rudra's principle. So Prabhupada gives so many examples here, what the Rudra principle says. Clenching fist and kicking the legs and whatnot. So this is the presence of Rudra. So Brahma says to that little boy who appeared from his eyebrows because of the anger, he says, this is the place, this is your name. You can take wherever you want. This is the place. So everybody has this Rudra in their heart. Why? Because our heart is not cleansed yet. We are completely because of all the sinful reactions, what we have done in the past, all the reactions, whatnot, so many things happens. Even Prabhupada talks about the war. Many wars happens. Why the war? Because somebody wants to lord over others. Even the war happens because of Prabhupada described many times in the purports that why war happens? Because killing of animals, killing of cows, those are the reactions of those, because people wants to become an enjoyer, controller, and they don't care to slaughter the animals and eat because of their sense gratification. And because of all this, the sinful reactions, there should be some reaction, right? In that way, there is a big calamities, wars, bombs, deeds that we have seen, how the Ukraine war is going on, and the Israel and Hamas in the Middle East is going on. Now, and then somebody said, oh, I did not do anything wrong. The innocent people are captured, they're destroyed, they're all gone. Who is innocent? Nobody is innocent, because they have already, the meat eating has happened, the slaughters, not just the person who kills, the person who kills, the person who transports, the people who desires to eat, the restaurant, they serve, there's the serve the meat, the people who eat the meat, they're all slaughters, belong to the slaughter houses, and there are slaughterers, basically. So the reaction happens to them too. They're not innocent people based on the law of karma. They have to get a reaction. They are getting a reaction. So this Rudra principle can act anywhere, anywhere for that matter. Thunder, lightning, oh my goodness. We are afraid. You see how much flood happened in India recently. Chennai was inundated completely. It's all Rudra principle. It's all the reactions. So Krishna is teaching us that this is what you want and this is what you get. But somebody takes into devotion service, then their heart cleanses, and all this unwanted things will go away. So Brahma is trying for all of us to, facilitating all of us to enjoy, and this is what you need to do, this is what you want to have, so you enjoy with whatever you want to. But it is Lord Rudra. Rudra is there for our facilitation to enjoy, but there is no enjoyment. End of the day, everybody is suffering. So I think I'll stop here. It's already 8 o'clock. I have a hard stop. For 8 o'clock, I did not realize it's already 8 o'clock. So please forgive me if I've spoken something wrong. And thank you very much for all your attendance here. Hare Krishna. If you had somebody has one comment, I think I'll take it. Otherwise, I'll stop here. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Any reflections, quick reflections?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Wonderful class, Prabhuji. Particularly your explanation of the Rudra principle is so nice. To me, what comes to my mind is when Hiranyakashipu shows, like the chair, the sword, the pillar, and all those things, and asks Srila, Prahalad, is your Lord here? Is your Lord here? And Prahalad keeps saying, yes, he's there, he's there. The same way you are showing us how everywhere Rudra is. And if we don't control our intelligence through devotion, then we will have the same thing. At least it'll happen to me everywhere. I used to be a very short-tempered and angry person earlier. So,
yeah, thank you for bringing up. Short temper is Rudra. It's a Rudra principle. Anybody's short temper is Rudra. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And also says ahankara, right? Egocentric. Yes. Prabhupada said egocentric. That's the one. And my wife used to tell me many times, you have so much ego. So much ego. I said, okay, I don't have ego anymore. I said, no, I do have ego. That's the one thing before she left, like 10 days before or 15 days before, she said, you have so much ego. If you reduce that ego, you'll be all right. Oh my God. I realized how much I had ego. So this is don't think that I'm a devotee, my ego is gone. There's getting more ego. Oh, I am having this position. Ego. Anyway, thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. I think I'll stop here. Hare Krishna.